Chapter 1. Awakening the Spirit, Discovering the Heart of Gandhi. Hello, my name is Anna, and today we are going to explore the life of one of the most inspiring figures in history, Mahatma Gandhi. Just like many of us, he faced numerous challenges throughout his journey. His story is not just about politics or independence. It's about the power of nonviolence, resilience, and the unwavering belief in justice. Today, you will learn English through the story of Gandhi and his fight for freedom and justice. As we delve into his life, I encourage you to read the subtitles and repeat after me to improve your pronunciation. This will help you not only understand the story better, but also practice your English skills. Gandhi's journey began in India, a land rich in culture and history, yet burdened by colonial rule. Imagine a country where people were oppressed, their voices silenced, and their rights denied. Gandhi, a young lawyer at the time, returned to India after studying in England and South Africa, determined to make a difference. He understood that change was necessary, but he also knew that it had to be achieved peacefully. As we move forward, keep in mind the key themes of this story: justice, peace, and the strength of unity. These themes will guide us through the challenges and triumphs that Gandhi faced. Now, let's set the stage for our story by exploring the historical and cultural context in which Gandhi lived. Chapter 2. A Nation in Chains: The Struggle of Colonial India. As we delve deeper into the life of Mahatma Gandhi, it is essential to understand the environment that shaped his beliefs and actions. The year was 1915, and India was under British colonial rule. The streets were filled with a mix of cultures, languages, and traditions, but there was an underlying tension that permeated everyday life. Imagine walking through the bustling markets of Delhi, where vendors shouted out their wares, and the aroma of spices filled the air. Yet, amidst this vibrant scene, there was a palpable sense of oppression. Many Indians were subjected to harsh laws and taxes imposed by the British, which often left them struggling to make ends meet. Gandhi, having returned from his studies abroad, was acutely aware of the injustices faced by his fellow countrymen. Gandhi's early experiences in South Africa played a crucial role in shaping his worldview. There, he encountered racial discrimination firsthand, which ignited a fire within him to fight against injustice. He often recalled the moment he was thrown off a train for refusing to move from the first-class compartment, despite having a valid ticket. This incident was a turning point for him, as it made him realize the importance of standing up for one's rights. Upon his return to India, Gandhi was determined to apply the principles of nonviolence and civil disobedience that he had developed during his time in South Africa. He believed that true change could only be achieved through peaceful means. His first major challenge was to unite the diverse Indian population against the British rule. To do this, he traveled extensively across the country, meeting with farmers, laborers, and leaders from various communities. He listened to their grievances and shared his vision of a free India. During one of his speeches, he famously asked, "What is the use of a nation if its people are not free?" This question resonated deeply with many, and soon, Gandhi became a symbol of hope and resistance. As he gained popularity, Gandhi introduced the concept of Satyagraha, which means truth force or soul force. This philosophy emphasized the power of non-violent resistance and the importance of truth in the struggle for justice. He encouraged people to peacefully protest against unjust laws, urging them to remain steadfast in their beliefs without resorting to violence. One of the most significant events during this period was the Champaran Satyagraha in 1917. Gandhi led a movement to address the grievances of indigo farmers who were being exploited by British planters. The farmers were forced to grow indigo instead of food crops, which left them in dire poverty. Gandhi organized a peaceful protest, and his efforts resulted in the British government agreeing to address the farmers' concerns. Throughout this chapter, we will explore the key vocabulary related to Gandhi's journey, such as oppression, resistance, unity, and Satyagraha. Understanding these terms will help you grasp the essence of Gandhi's message and the impact he had on India's struggle for independence. As we transition to the next chapter, keep in mind the themes of justice and nonviolence that Gandhi embodied. His journey was just beginning, and the challenges he faced would only grow more significant as he continued to fight for the rights of his people. Chapter 3. The Salt March, a bold step towards liberation. As we continue to explore the life of Mahatma Gandhi, we arrive at a pivotal moment in his journey, the Salt March of 1930. This event not only showcased Gandhi's philosophy of non-violent resistance, but also galvanized the Indian population in their fight against British colonial rule. The British government had imposed a salt tax, which made it illegal for Indians to collect or sell salt independently. This tax was particularly burdensome for the poor, who relied on salt for their daily needs. Gandhi recognized that this was an opportunity to unite the people against an unjust law. He believed that the struggle for salt could symbolize the broader fight for freedom. In March 1930, Gandhi announced his plan to march 240 miles from Sabarmati Ashram to the coastal village of Dandi, where he would make salt from seawater. He invited Indians from all walks of life to join him, emphasizing that this was not just a march for salt, but a march for dignity and self-reliance. His call to action resonated deeply, and thousands of people joined him on this historic journey. As the march began, Gandhi and his followers walked through villages, gathering support along the way. The atmosphere was electric with excitement and determination. People lined the roads to catch a glimpse of the man who had become a symbol of hope. Gandhi often stopped to speak with the villagers, encouraging them to stand up against oppression and reminding them of their strength. During the march, Gandhi faced numerous challenges, including harsh weather and the threat of arrest. However, he remained steadfast in his commitment to nonviolence. He famously stated, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind." This philosophy guided him and his followers as they persevered through adversity. Upon reaching Dandi, Gandhi stood before the sea, symbolizing the power of the people against colonial rule. He bent down and picked up a handful of salt, declaring, "With this, I am shaking the foundations of the British Empire." This act of defiance was a turning point in the Indian independence movement, inspiring countless others to join the cause. The Salt March garnered international attention, highlighting the injustices of British rule in India. It was a masterstroke of strategy, as Gandhi used the media to spread his message of non-violence and civil disobedience. The British authorities responded with force, arresting thousands of protesters, including Gandhi himself. However, this only fueled the movement further as more people became aware of the struggle for independence. Throughout this chapter, we will focus on key vocabulary related to the Salt March, such as civil disobedience, defiance, oppression, and independence. Understanding these terms will deepen your comprehension of Gandhi's impact on the fight for freedom. As we transition to the next chapter, remember that the Salt March was not just a significant event in Gandhi's life, it was a defining moment in the history of India. The principles of non-violence and unity that Gandhi championed would continue to inspire future generations in their quest for justice. Chapter 4. Voices of Change: The Transformative Power of Non-Violence. As we reflect on the Salt March and its significance, it is essential to analyze the linguistic lessons embedded within this pivotal event. Gandhi's use of language and communication played a crucial role in mobilizing the masses and conveying his message of non-violence and resistance. One of the key phrases that emerged from the Salt March was civil disobedience. This term refers to the active, non-violent refusal to comply with unjust laws. Gandhi believed that by peacefully disobeying these laws, individuals could highlight the injustice of the system and inspire change. For example, when Gandhi and his followers made salt, they were not just breaking a law, they were making a powerful statement against oppression. Another important expression from this chapter is defiance. Defiance is the act of openly resisting authority or opposing force. Gandhi's act of picking up salt was a profound act of defiance against British rule. It demonstrated that the Indian people would no longer accept the injustices imposed upon them. This word encapsulates the spirit of the movement and the courage of those who participated. As we analyze these terms, it's crucial to understand their practical applications. For instance, you might use civil disobedience in a sentence like, "The activists practiced civil disobedience to protest the unfair laws." Similarly, defiance can be used in contexts such as, "Her defiance against the unjust policy inspired others to join the cause." Throughout this chapter, we will also address common mistakes learners make when using these terms. For example, some may confuse defiance with rebellion. While both involve resistance, defiance is often characterized by a peaceful approach, whereas rebellion may imply violence or armed conflict. Understanding these nuances will enhance your ability to communicate effectively in English. To reinforce your learning, let's engage in a brief exercise. I will present a scenario, and I want you to think about how you would respond using the vocabulary we've discussed. Imagine you are in a situation where a law seems unjust. How would you express your feelings about civil disobedience? Write down your thoughts and share them in the comments. As we transition to the next chapter, keep in mind the power of language in shaping movements and inspiring change. Gandhi's ability to articulate his vision and rally people around a common cause was instrumental in the success of the Salt March and the broader struggle for independence. Chapter 5. Lessons from the Front Lines, Insights from Gandhi's Journey. Now that we have explored the significance of the Salt March and the linguistic lessons it offers, it's time to engage in an interactive practical activity that will help reinforce your understanding of the concepts we've discussed. This activity will allow you to apply the vocabulary and ideas related to civil disobedience and defiance in a meaningful way. Activity Overview. In this activity, you will reflect on a situation where you might encounter an unjust law or policy. Think about how you would respond and what actions you might take. This exercise will encourage you to use the vocabulary we've learned while also fostering critical thinking about the principles of nonviolence and resistance. Step 1. Scenario Reflection. Imagine you are in a situation where a new law has been enacted that you believe is unfair. For example, suppose a law restricts access to education for certain groups of people. Take a moment to think about how this law affects you and your community. Feel free to pause the video whenever you need. Questions to consider. How does this law impact your daily life? What feelings does it evoke in you? What actions do you think you could take to address this injustice? Step 2. Writing your response. Now, write a short paragraph describing your thoughts and feelings about the situation. Use the vocabulary words we've discussed, such as civil disobedience, defiance, and oppression. Here's an example to help you get started in response to the unjust law that restricts access to education. I believe that civil disobedience is necessary. By peacefully protesting and raising awareness, we can demonstrate our defiance against oppression and advocate for change. Step 3. Share your thoughts. Once you have written your paragraph, I encourage you to share it in the comments section. This will not only help you practice your writing skills, but also allow you to see how others are thinking about the same issue. Engaging with your peers can provide new perspectives and insights. This interactive activity is designed to help you connect the lessons from Gandhi's life to your own experiences and beliefs. By reflecting on the concepts of civil disobedience and defiance, you are not only practicing your English skills, but also engaging with important social issues. As we transition to the final chapter, remember that the principles of nonviolence and justice that Gandhi championed are still relevant today. Your voice and actions can contribute to positive change in your community and beyond. Chapter 6. Empowered Voices, Engaging Reflections on Resistance. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through the life of Mahatma Gandhi, it is essential to reflect on the profound lessons we have learned and how they can inspire us in our own lives. Gandhi's commitment to nonviolence, justice, and the power of the individual to effect change serves as a timeless reminder of the impact one person can have on the world. Throughout this story, we have explored key themes such as resilience, unity, and the importance of standing up against oppression. Gandhi's life teaches us that even in the face of adversity, we can choose to respond with courage and compassion. His philosophy of satyagraha, or truth force, emphasizes the strength that comes from adhering to one's principles and fighting for what is right without resorting to violence. As we conclude, let's summarize the key takeaways from Gandhi's journey. 1. The power of non-violence. Gandhi demonstrated that peaceful resistance can be a powerful tool for social change. His approach encourages us to seek dialogue and understanding rather than conflict. 2. Unity in diversity. Gandhi believed in the strength of a united front. He brought together people from various backgrounds and communities to fight for a common cause. This teaches us the importance of collaboration and solidarity in our efforts to create a better world. 3. Personal responsibility. Each of us has the power to make a difference, no matter how small our actions may seem. Gandhi's life reminds us that our choices matter, and we can contribute to positive change in our communities. 4. Education and awareness. Gandhi valued education as a means to empower individuals. By learning about our rights and the issues affecting our society, we can become informed advocates for justice. As you reflect on these lessons, I encourage you to think about how you can apply them in your own life. Consider the following questions. How can you practice non-violence in your daily interactions? In what ways can you promote unity and understanding among diverse groups in your community? What steps can you take to educate yourself and others about social issues that matter to you? In closing, I want to leave you with a powerful quote from Gandhi: "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." This statement encapsulates the essence of his teachings and serves as a call to action for all of us. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of Mahatma Gandhi. I hope that his story has inspired you to continue learning and growing in your pursuit of knowledge and justice. If you enjoyed this story, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing it with others who may benefit from it. Together, we can spread the message of peace and understanding.